Starfield is a great game, but it has a hilarious problem. But first, some background. So far, I've played Starfield for well over 100 hours, and I'm enjoying it immensely. I mean, making or enjoying content around Starfield has become sort of an addiction. I grew up playing Bethesda titles, and for me, Starfield doesn't disappoint. From the faction quest lines to the music to the spaceship customization, Starfield has a lot of reasons to love it, and I admire the team's work. I mean, where else can you build a spaceship with a massive cockpit? Alright, boys, it's time to penetrate. However, with that being said, Starfield does have some issues, some greater than others. They say that the first step of recovery is admitting there's a problem, and well, let's just say Starfield has some problems. This doesn't seem normal. Excessive loading screens, pacing, the menus, but there's one problem that's not only hilarious, but also concerning: the AI. After over 100 hours, I can say that Starfield's AI is hilariously bad and hard to ignore. Now, I know what you're saying: Bethesda's AI has always been bad. Well, kinda. Pathing and enemy reactions have always been kinda sus, but in Starfield, it's taken a clear turn for the worse. Want an example? Watch what happens when I place a trash can on someone's head. This is treated as murder. No one knows how to react, so the entire city runs, my companion denounces me, and the guards try their best to destroy me. The sad part is, the AI should just be able to remove the bucket. I mean, the guards take back soul and stuff. Why can't a character just remove the object? I get they don't want you using the bucket glitch to steal anymore, but the overreactions of the entire city feel stupid. It's like everyone developed rabies and were dropped into a Walmart on Black Friday. It doesn't stop there though. Enemy AI seems to have regressed. Spacers and pirates will just run into gunfire. Either that or stay behind cover as you shoot them, seemingly locked into an animation or scenario they can't process. Picking off enemies at a distance should be rewarding for a stealth character, but in reality, the AI just hides behind cover for an eternity, stationary and slow to react. Every character, for that matter, has the reflex response of a dead turtle, and that's me being kind. Raising the difficulty to very hard still provides zero challenge, for the enemies have zero strategy. I have yet to see an enemy, an NPC, or alien creature do anything I would consider smart. I mean, the hardest creature to fight in Starfield is the birds. Why? Because they run away, come back, get stuck on objects. If you've built a base on a planet with birds, you know how painful it is to be forced to kill them before you can fast travel. I want to fast travel, but instead I have to fight these devil pigeons. Awesome. With all this in mind, I find it very hard to brag about my exploits when I'm fighting people or creatures who lack intelligence. They run in circles, they yell useless taunts, they jetpack to nowhere. There is no coordination, no tactics, and very little enjoyment. If you disarm an enemy, will they attempt to pick it up? Sometimes. Other times they would just try to pimp slap you. Will an enemy use grenades and try to flank? Only by accident. When an enemy does do something of merit, it feels like an accident, as if somehow the AI glitched out and made itself competent. Enemy ships, however, offer a different tale entirely. Where ground units are incompetent, spaceships are gigachads. Most ships you fight seem to have an aimbot and swarm you with nearly perfect efficiency. It requires skill, regardless of your set difficulty. When dogfights do happen in Starfield, buckle up, because you'll need to boost, use your weapons, repair your damage, and pray to the adoring fan. It feels like an actual fight. It's mind-boggling to see the difference between ships and ground. Why is one god tier and the other so stupid? The contrast between the two is perplexing. Random NPCs are no better. Every trip to a populated area becomes a comedy of horrors. Like this random NPC I had to convince not to jump off the ledge. It's as if he had become sentient and wanted to escape. I don't blame him. Don't do it. Creation Club 2 is coming, okay? Killing yourself won't change that. It feels like no one knows how to react to the player, and when they do react after 15 minutes, they choose the dumbest thing possible. Interactions go like this: give you the stink eye, take weird paths around you, spout off a line that hints at your previous endeavors. If there's no interactions with these people, why are they here? Remember the guy in the beginning that gets upset you stole a sandwich? Cool moment, right? I agree. Too bad it's the only moment like that in the entire game. Even temporary followers will be useless in combat or flail around like they're having a seizure. Cinematic moments are ruined when you realize the team that you've assembled aren't helping you fight. Rather, they are glitched out on a staircase, getting owned, or waiting for you to progress the quest. The world isn't fun to engage with because it doesn't know how to engage with you. It can't handle all of the possible outcomes, whether it's outdated code or overlooked gameplay design. I don't know why Starfield's AI is so bad. I also don't know how anyone can defend the AI in Starfield. I mean, in all honesty, I think some people are just better at ignoring it. For me, Starfield feels like a space sandbox, but compared to other contemporary titles, it lacks the playground magic. When people say Starfield feels like a Bethesda game, I think that's what they mean. Then comes the worst part, though: your companions. Now, granted, companions have never really felt useful in Bethesda titles, but they still offered something. They could hack or be useful in certain combat engagements. In Starfield, though, they are completely useless. Want them to help in combat? Nope. Want them to get out of your way? Nope. Want them to be by your side as you explore? Nope. Companions in Starfield serve one purpose: hauling your gear. And the sad truth, it's not even worth it. I mean, your ship can carry cargo, and it saves you the hassle of taking equipment back and forth from your companions. In my over 100 hours of play, I have yet to see them add anything of value. They just glitch out, shoot at random walls with the accuracy of a stormtrooper, and then judge your choices. Companions are better left on your ship and outpost where their skills will benefit you greater. I got accustomed to them not being there, and despite it being hilarious sometimes, it does get sad after 100 hours. I found myself just taking whoever offered me the best perks, like scavenging, and then forgetting they were there. To me, this slow, outdated, and cumbersome AI in Starfield, while being hilarious, needs major adjustments. Enemies can use some kind of revamped code so that each group or enemy type can offer some combat variation. As it stands, the only thing that makes enemies unique are their weapons, which are completely random. Can mods fix this? Patches? I don't know. For the time being, I will laugh when the AI goes rogue or when my companion glitches onto a roof, but in truth, the joke's getting old. New Atlantis is the biggest city Bethesda has ever created, but it feels like nothing more than a mission hub without a map. Perhaps I was naive for hoping that Starfield would innovate on its AI like it did with the rest of the game. Animations, lighting, weather, character models, everything is better. But why does the AI feel like Oblivion, but worse? Why wasn't time put into the AI to make improvements? I just don't know. So while we wait for a solution, here's hoping for a fix in the future. This video isn't meant to be a scathing indictment of Starfield. Rather, I hope it's an avenue for a deeper discussion. I would love to hear your comments and your impressions about Starfield down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and consider subscribing. Have a good one.